She says, our rent is going up. Life is not affordable anymore. Okay. She looks a little sad. Activate my emails. All right, let's see what she's talking about.
So I on the internet.
Oh no, friend, don't cry. I feel like I know where this is going and my heart is breaking for her. Okay, let's just watch.
But I just got our rent renewal thing and it's going up by 300.
That's a lot. That's $300 a month. Automatically times that by 12. If your lease is a 12-month term. If it's 15 months, times it by 15. Most people don't have $3,600 lying around to pay extra in a unit that's remaining the same. Like if I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a lot of money. I think the average rent increase is between like $100 and $186 per month. And even that's a lot. So 300 per month? Oh man. Okay. Let's see. I feel for her.
300 for a one bedroom.
My first thought is I wonder what state she lives in because we know the cost of living varies based on city and state. You're not going to pay the same for a one bedroom in St. Louis, Missouri that you're going to pay for in Brooklyn, New York. You know what I mean? You're not going to pay the same for a one bedroom in San Francisco, California that you're going to pay in Macon, Georgia. It's just different. So I will be curious to know what city and state she lives in. Don't know if she's going to say, but that's just kind of one question that comes to mind. And then also, I'm curious to know why the leasing office is raising her rent. Like, what explanation or what logic did they give her as to why her rent is going up by $300? The other thing that I want to bring to the table that I feel like a lot of people don't think about is you don't have to just accept the rate renewal just because they send it to you. I would encourage her to run some comps on either units, similar units in her building or apartments like around her area that are similar square footage and bedroom and bathroom size and see what those rates are. And that's a quick Google search, if not ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying? But I would say now is the time to put knowledge like to power and equip yourself with the understanding of like, okay, what is the market rate? Because you can then use that to negotiate your rent renewal. I don't know if a lot of people, if that's like a thing, but I have done it successfully. I've negotiated my rent. As a matter of fact, I'll link the video up above or down below in the description where I talk about exactly how I was able to negotiate my rent down by $2,400. To me, I'm never just going to take somebody's word for it when it comes to like financial things like that. Cars could be negotiated, my rent could be negotiated, my salary could be negotiated. In this day and time where everything is becoming more expensive, everything about to be negotiable. Shoot, I might even go to the grocery store and try to negotiate $3 off for a carton of eggs. No, I'm kidding. My point is that's not really something I hear talked about a lot is like negotiating your rate renewal, but that's something that I've definitely done successfully. The other thing that's tripping me out that she actually mentioned, I wasn't going to say nothing, but she mentioned it, so we're going to talk about it. She said the rent is going up for the same apartment that is not updated. Now, by looking at just her background, and this is not her place, but it's more so if I was walking into this unit and I saw a white microwave and I saw the iridescent lighting in the kitchen, that's one thing that trips me out about these leasing offices and about these apartment complexes is that they'll raise the rent on us, but then they don't do no upgrades. So I'm paying $300 more for the exact same thing. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. To me, that's just even more drive to negotiate. Now, the worst that they can tell you is no, but I'm going to at least try, especially if it only takes a couple emails. And again, I talk about how I actually went about doing it and did it successfully in the video. So be sure to check that out. But that would be my first thing that I would tell her because she does seem to be a bit emotional. It's like, sister girl, run the comps. After you've processed the emotions and you've come down from that, run the comps and equip yourself with the knowledge of what the market rate is for a one bedroom with similar square footage in your area. Because then you can leverage that to negotiate potentially. And the worst that they can tell you is no, but at least try.
And our complex doesn't even have like nice amenities. Like we have a tiny pool and a tennis. Like this is not a luxury apartment complex.
It wasn't giving luxury.
We already pay with all the fees and everything included $2,000 a month. And now we're going to be paying $2,300 a month for this tiny apartment. And that's just so frustrating. I don't understand how people can live in this world anymore. And I just don't want to move again because there's so much work. And
Oh man. So she's already considering moving. Before you do that, before I would say run the numbers, not only on like the comp side that we were just talking about in terms of comparable units in and around your area, but look at your own finances because moving is a whole ordeal and moving can be very expensive. So run the numbers to figure out if you can actually afford that rate increase. Maybe do a financial audit, like really dissect your expenses and your income and your debt payments on a monthly basis to figure out can you actually afford it? Because after you've done that, then you have a better sense of based on what the numbers say, not based on what I'm feeling currently. I think oftentimes in we as people, and it's only human nature, but we move off of feeling instead of off of finances. And we got to do better at that. We got to do better at following what the numbers say and moving accordingly. But that would be my first kind of suggestion is do a financial audit, create a budget, and figure out if your income could withstand that $300 increase per month. Because then, if so, then you may not have to move. And if not, then you can say confidently that, like, oh, I can't afford it. I have to move. But it will be based on the numbers and not based on your feelings and this emotional state that you're in. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But we want to make informed decisions based on finances.
more money. And it's just so annoying. And now I feel like I need to get a new job.
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. That's a big step. That's a big step to feel like you have to change career. I'm not saying she doesn't have to, but I think there are so many other steps before that. Not to mention, trying to find a job in this economy is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. She seems to be gainfully employed right now. So listen, hold on to it with dear life. Unless after you've crunched the numbers, there's absolutely no way you could afford it. Then it's like, okay, I have to move and I have to find a new job. But that's big. That's big. There's steps before you start filling out applications and, revising your resume. Crunch the numbers first.
I just got this job and I like it, but it's not paying me nearly what I need. And so now I'm going to have to go through applying to job again,
which is a headache.
Which I did for like a whole year plus until I found this job. So I'm going to have to go through all of that again. Not fair.
I agree.